Hey everybody, this is Jessica, and we're going to get our house clean today. So this is going to be more of a traditional episode. Welcome back if you are a listener already. If you are new here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through cleaning your house step by step, and we're going to get right into it. First thing, as always, let's get ready for our clean. This is the most important part for me, is in the morning when I'm fresh and right waking up. I have made it a point for me because of the way my brain works and I get distracted really easily. I know what I personally need to get motivated, and the days that I'm not productive, what triggers me to be not productive, and the things that make me more productive throughout the day. For example, when I wake up a few minutes before my kids and I have that alone time to myself to process life and just kind of do whatever, drink a cup of coffee or something, go outside, open a window, that kind of thing. It just, it's little things like that that really make a big difference in my productivity. So getting ready early in the morning instead of putting it off and kind of scrolling through TikTok or whatever for a long time before I actually get up. Those are the days that I'm not really as productive. So just things like that. But for now, whatever it is, whatever you did today, just do whatever tomorrow. Think about the things that make you productive and what doesn't make you productive, and implement those into your morning routines. And for today, let's just get going right now. And whatever you're doing, we're going to get ready for the day in some capacity. Put some cleaning clothes on if you're going to use chemicals, and we're going to get right into our cleaning. So open a window, light some candles once you're done getting ready for your clean, and then we're going to start with a load of laundry. And I always start with loads of laundry because I always fall behind on laundry if I do not at least do a load or two a day. In my house, it's usually a lot more than that because my kids, get a lot of rags dirty, a lot of just blankets dirty, whatever, doing crafts, all kinds of stuff. So I've got a lot of laundry going in my house, so you may not have to do laundry as frequently as me, but I like to do a laundry session before my daily cleaning. So just go ahead and do a laundry switch. Move your clothes from the washer to the dryer and from the dryer to a laundry basket. And then while you guys are doing that, if you see anything after you do a quick switch of your clothes that maybe just needs a quick wipe down or pick up in your laundry area. I know sometimes I neglect that area because it's got a door and it's kind of closed off. It's attached to my kitchen, but it is kind of closed off. So it's kind of like not really seen. So I kind of let it go sometimes, but it does need a good wipe down every once in a while, or maybe some clothes have fallen behind your dryer, stuff like that. So if you have little things like that, it might take like 2 seconds to do. Just do a little pickup, wipe down, whatever you need to do in there after you do your laundry switch. And then set a timer. If you're like me and you forget about it, I will remind you at the end of the episode. I am very scatterbrained, but I will do my best to remind you. I usually try my best to. And if not, then just set a timer for however long your washer and dryer is so you remember to switch them. Okay, next let's go into the kitchen, and we're going to do our daily kitchen routine. This could be used for morning or night. I am doing it, this kind of routine is kind of based on my morning shift after I've dropped off the kids from school. Everybody's got different things going on. Maybe you work every day. Maybe you have, days off, whatever you're using this for, whatever time of day you're cleaning. It could differ from what I'm saying. This is just what I do when I get back from dropping off the kids. So this is my little routine. So I gather all the dishes from around the room. And, our podcast can be kind of redundant at times, but it's because repetition is key. The more routine you have going on, and I'm the kind of person that I need to be told what to do, or I get distracted. I get distracted really easily, okay? So if you're like me, this podcast is for you. Once you've gathered all of your dishes from around the room, maybe you have some cups in your bedroom or something like that from the kids wanting water at night, whatever. Gather everything up, get it out of the sink if everything's like loaded in the sink or whatever. If you have a big breakfast mess, maybe you didn't do the dishes the night before, you have a dishaster. Whatever the case is, let's consolidate, and we're going to do a pre-rinse and soak first. So anything that needs soaking, any pots and pans, like Personally, I made meatloaf last night. I accidentally fell asleep with the kids, and I had a load of laundry, and so I did get up and switch the load of laundry like half asleep, but I did not clean my dishes the night before, so I had kind of a mess on my hands. I had put hot soapy water in the pans, but I didn't really clean up my dinner mess. So I have a big dishaster, or I had a big dishaster on my hands. But it honestly didn't take me that long because from the get-go, when I got back from picking up the kids, I soaked those pans, the pan for the potatoes or whatever that was going to be kind of hard to clean, and the meatloaf pan, and I let those soak. And then all the utensils or anything else, any bowls with like cereal that was like caked on from the morning or something like that. Because you know how sometimes if you leave like cereal in an empty bowl for too long in the mornings, it can get like cemented on there. It just needs some hot soapy water. So just put stuff like that to the side, let it soak, and then do pre-rinsing. So anything that still has food on it, throw it into the garbage disposal. My old house didn't have a garbage disposal, and that was a pain in the rear. I don't know how I ever got through with that because it's a nightmare not having a garbage disposal. I didn't realize like how much I missed it until I moved into this house last year, and I was like, man, what was I doing with my life without one? Because I was just in an older house. But if you're out there and you're like, I don't have a garbage disposal, I feel you. You're probably used to it by now, but it is a pain in the butt. Just throw all your stuff in the trash, and then you just got to take out your trash a lot more often, or use it as compost or whatever it is you do. Okay, so moving on, just once you're done getting all the food off of your dishes, major pre-rinse, you want to just make sure food is off the dishes. Then you separate them and just start washing away. I like to start with cups and utensils, then work up to plates and bowls, and then do the pans and all the stuff I have soaking left. So, it's okay to do a bowl out of last. If it's got stuff caked on, you're letting it do some extra soaking or something like that. But we want to get anything and everything. Don't forget your leftovers in your refrigerator. If you've got some pans with some leftovers that you need to either throw down the garbage disposal or throw it away. It's good to just give a once over of your fridge. Make sure there's nothing that needs a quick clean, because when you cook dinner tonight, and you need a container and you have some old leftovers in a container that you need in your fridge, you're going to be like, what a pain in the butt. I wish I would have cleaned that earlier. I've been there like 1,000 times. So now I try to make it a good point to just check the refrigerator while I'm in dish mode and then knock that out. So while you guys are doing the dishes, if you listened to last week's episode about the school thing, I appreciate some of you reached out to me and messaged me about the situation and stuff with my daughter's school. I'm not going to get into it in this episode, but I really appreciate y'all's input. I have put a lot of thought into it, and I think I am going to take further steps and stuff, as long as nothing else happens this year. I think I'm just going to, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, just, I have listened to the episode where last week, I think it was Wednesday, where I talked about it. But yeah, it's, I gave it some thought, and I think I'm going to go to the school board and maybe take some other actions that I am still deciding on after the school year is done. That way there's no issues with my kids right now, because everything is going fine as of right now. But I've been questioning the kids every day, making sure everything's going smoothly and the teachers are treating them correctly and they're keeping the bad teacher away from my daughters. And so far, so good. So if anything else comes up then Mama Bear is going to come out and some action is going to be taken, and I might have to pull him out or something. But for right now, everything is good. My little one's teacher is aware that she, is not allowed to have any communication with my child. So and she communicates with me and she understands completely. So, I think that everything will be okay for now, but yes, I will take further action at the end of the year for sure. And I will not stop talking to other parents that I make friends with and that are in the PTA and stuff that have kids in that class, because I want to make sure that nobody else is getting that kind of treatment. But anyway, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. Like I said, I've talked about it in previous episodes. I might talk about it on TikTok. I've been kind of iffy about making a video about it just because it's really personal and kind of emotional for me to talk about, just to get people's insight and stuff, maybe some help. I might talk about it, but you guys that have messaged me have really helped. And so anyway, I just wanted to thank you guys for reaching out. But I'm going to go ahead and move on. Like I said, if you're dealing with a disaster like I had this morning, you might need a few extra minutes with your dishes. That's fine. You take your time on those dishes, get everything done. Sometimes I'm tempted. I'm not a dish person, but once I'm in the dish mode, I don't really have a huge problem with finishing it. But sometimes when I have a big disaster and it's stressful and I'm like, I tempted to or I get distracted or something, I'm tempted to leave some stuff soaking or something. Don't do that. We want to finish it to completion. So even if I say let's move on or whatever, I want you guys to finish your dishes no matter what. No matter how big that pile is, you guys finish those dishes, because it's only going to get dishes are something you don't want to put off. Dishes, trash, that kind of stuff gets real funky real quick. We want to make sure that we're keeping up with that stuff. So that is the priority. We're going to get that done. However, if you just had breakfast mess and you were good to your morning self, if night Jessica was not kind to morning Jessica this morning and I left a mess for myself, but if you were kind to yourself last night and you did a closing shift, then you probably just had a quick breakfast mess to clean up or something like that. Maybe you make a smoothie or something and you just had a few dishes, things like that, and you want to move on to trash and wiping down and throwing away. So we can move on to that. I'm going to talk about that. But those of you that are still doing the dishes, do not worry. No judgment. Just keep working on that. I'm just going to talk about more wiping down and stuff. And if you need to pause, rewind, or you can just clean the dishes while I keep talking, that's fine as well. Okay, so like always, I like to start with trash. So grab your trash can, and my cat is like a menace to society. I know I have ADHD, sorry. I mean, again, not diagnosed. I just diagnosed myself and I think I have it. I've never checked, but anyway, I always go off on a tangent about that. I have ADHD tendencies, let's just say that. I over-explain this every time I do an episode. But anyway, my cat is a menace to society. And speaking of trash, every time I have a cabinet that I keep my trash in my house. But if I keep it out for convenience while I'm cleaning, sometimes the cat has learned to body slam. And this cat is small, but he has learned to body slam it to get food out of it if he thinks I'm not paying attention, if I'm doing the dishes. So just fun fact, not really a fun fact for me. It's a not fun fact for me, maybe a fun fact for you. Just a random side note. Anyway, that being said, the reason I thought of that is because I like to take the trash can out and put it in the middle of the kitchen while I'm throwing away the trash. If the cat is secured and it's not going to body slam it. And then I will gather up all the trash from the kitchen first and the dining area and the floor and just any and all trash, throw it away first. And then I put away anything that does not belong into the kitchen. So anything that like any miscellaneous junk that has been set on countertops or kitchen tables or cabinets in the dining room or the kitchen, I will put all that stuff away first, start from one side, work my way to the next side. And then my other final step would be to my second to last step would be to put all the appliances like blenders and toasters and things like that don't have a permanent home on my countertop away and in a cabinet, so I have the most area for wiping down, surface area. And then at the very last step, I go wipe down crazy and just thoroughly wipe down anything and everything. If I see some food splatters on a door from cooking or whatever, kids, whatever, I will scrub that quickly. And I just go from one side of the kitchen and just scrub. Don't forget your microwave. If you have a dish in a microwave that needs to be washed in the inside of your microwave, that counts as going wipe down crazy. That's one of the steps. Wipe that down. Wipe down your refrigerator. Maybe you need to wipe down inside your refrigerator really quickly. We're just going to do a quick wipe down, but just every surface you can possibly do. Get as much as you can. Backsplashes, stove tops, burners. If you have the burners with the little cages like I do and they haven't been cleaned in a while, maybe you want to let those soak in the sink with some degreaser or soap or whatever, just to let them kind of, because they get built up, burnt on, stuff like that. Every once in a while I'll do that while I'm doing my wiping down, just so that can soak while I'm doing the rest of my cleaning. If you have a glass stovetop, be careful not to break it. My mom's broken hers before, believe it or not. So just be careful putting stuff on there too hard. And then just thoroughly wipe down, handles, especially in between cracks and crevices. You can wrap a rag around a butter knife and get in the cracks in between your stove. I did not clean behind my stove for a while. I dropped something behind there the other day, so I had my husband help me pull it out, and don't hurt yourself doing this, but I pulled it out and there was a bunch of crumbs and just a bunch of just junk back there, just dirt, whatever. And that's a once in a great while chore, but it's good to do every once in a while, especially if you're struggling with maybe you have mice or I don't know, whatever the case is, and you don't really think of places like that. It's just good to clean to prevent those things as well, especially if you're in an apartment or a duplex or something. So, I have lived in older houses before where there's tall grass around and there's more of a problem with mice and stuff like that. But in this house, I don't really have an issue with that, but it had still been a long time. So I'm going off on a tangent again. Anyway, I moved the oven and I got the shop vac and we vacuumed up and did a quick wipe down behind the oven. And I was it felt good, just no, it's one of those things no one really notices, but it's just good to do every once in a while, and it only takes 5 seconds if you have somebody strong enough to move it. And then when you're wiping down say you have a high chair or your dining room table chairs, just make sure you're getting all of the backs and sides and underneaths, especially if you have a big family. A lot of people, you got to get every little surface, every little area, because little sticky fingers touch anywhere and everywhere. And it's good to do a really deep clean of a high chair. I'm out of the high chair phase, but high chairs get all kinds of stuff in the nooks and crannies. So it takes a while to do a really thorough deep clean, but it's good to do that every once in a while and make sure you really, really get into all those crevices of the high chair. And if you're like me, I had gotten some chairs to match an old table that my mom gave me from Goodwill, and they were cloth, and I knew that they were going to get dirty just because my kids and my family and me, I knew they were probably going to get dirty. So I am going to, as a bonus chore later today, try to clean them with some carpet cleaner. If I had one of those, I really want to buy one of those hand shampooer things, because I know that would make them look like brand new, and I'd love to have one of those for my couches. If you have one of those, let me know if it's any good, because I definitely want to buy them as soon as I get some extra cash. But in the meantime, I can always spot clean, and just try to get that clean. A lot of people cover it with plastic or whatever. I didn't, so they just need a good shampooing. But for now, I'm just going to spot clean them and then, wipe down everything. And then before we move on, don't forget to do a floor clean. You want to do a thorough, just clean of your kitchen floor. This is focused on your kitchen today, but I want to just do a thorough sweeping and mopping of your kitchen. And don't forget baseboards. We want to get just, a lot of times when we're doing our maintenance cleaning for our kitchen, we just kind of do the bare minimum, which is fine for, most days. We don't have to do a really super deep clean every single time, but it's good, especially with the kitchen, just because people eat it in dining room, people eat in there, you cook in there, things splatter, things get into places, cabinets get dirty, need to be wiped down. It's good to just do a really thorough mop, baseboard clean, wall clean. And you can use tools like, Swiffer pads on a Swiffer to clean the walls if need be, or if you have spider webs or whatever, or if you need to dust your windows or clean your windows in your dining room, or there's a lot of extra little things that you can do. Like I said, I have a bookcase in my dining room that I like to, clean. Just, things that are personal to you. You may have little knickknacks or shelving or something that needs to be cleaned, or a ceiling fan that needs to be cleaned, things like that. It's just good to do a really thorough clean of your dining room and kitchen every once in a while and do those little extra chores. So if you have any of those bonus chores today, before you do your thorough sweep and mop, clean those baseboards, clean the walls, clean the ceiling fans, the windows, get the cobwebs from the corners of the walls, things like that, things that we don't always think of. I also have a little desk work area for me and my husband for podcasting and his paperwork and stuff for his business, or his business he works for now. And sometimes it gets cluttery and has random man stuff on it, and I don't mess with his stuff too often, but it's nice to just organize because you can see it from the kitchen and when you first walk into the house. So I like to just organize little stuff like that, specific to your house, but you guys know what things you need to get done. Maybe you have a big mirror in there or something that needs to be cleaned, or maybe you have some hard water on your stains or something on your buildup on your faucet, that you can secure a plastic bag with vinegar and a hair tie around the faucet to get the hard water off. It depends on where you live, just whatever in your kitchen and dining room you need that's something extra. Just do the little bonus chore today in your kitchen and spend some extra attention in your kitchen today. I mentioned before, if your spice cabinet's getting out of hand, maybe there's some sprinkles of some chili powder. In my house, it's always chili powder for some reason, or something like that. Maybe you just need to take everything out and wipe it down, or maybe you just want to organize one drawer a day after you're done with your maintenance cleaning. Just organize a drawer. But anyway, again, just whatever you need to do as a bonus chore, spend some extra love in your kitchen today, and then do a thorough sweep and a thorough mop. And then do not forget to change your washer and dryer and switch those clothes. And then you can take a break when you're done with that. When your load is done, that means you've worked for a good 30 minutes to an hour of cleaning. Then you can kick your feet up, fold those real quick, listen to your favorite podcast, watch your favorite show, listen to your favorite music, And then don't forget to put those clothes away. I right now am sitting at a bunch of clothes that I folded that I need to put away right now. So that's a reminder to myself, put these clothes away, because if the kids come home from school and they're not put away, they will just end up on the floor again. So I hope to help you guys clean your kitchen. I hope you got a lot done. If you are still cleaning and you still have a lot more to do today and you want to do a full house, we have 2-hour bonus episodes with all that good stuff. And keep the momentum going. And as always, happy cleaning, guys.